we go again.
Well, look, man, you teased it. Let's let's jump right into these playoffs, bro. Where you sitting with everything? Like, is it going the way you expected it? Has there been any surprises? Do you feel like some series are already over when they just getting started? Like, what's your outcome on it?
Okay, so listen, it tells me two things. The highlights for me, I'm not gonna say the highlights. The big points are that the Philly, they done, bro. If this is all Joel Embiid is able to give you, they done. And you can tell that he's probably like half of what he was at the first game. I thought he was about 65%. And this time around, I said, oh yeah, it's 50. Now maybe when they get back to the crib, I'm assuming that he's playing because someone told him you ain't gonna re-injure it or nothing like that. This is it until the off season. So if he continues to play on it, I can only see him declining. Right? I thought 65 to my eye this time. I think the next game though, man, he might get that crowd pump up and get back up to 65. But I just don't think that the 65% of him is good enough to beat the Knicks, who I like Jalen Brunson. That's about it. But I just think that it ain't enough. It ain't enough.
Well, I will say this. I do agree that. Well, no, I can't say that I agree. I will say there is still a chance. Only reason I say that, if he's at this percentage and they almost won yesterday, then they can still win.
Yeah, they won't get swept.
Yeah, but even still, though, there's still a chance that they can win, right? I'm gonna tell you this: if they lose Game 3, it's done. I don't care how many games they come back and win. They're not gonna come back. But I'm saying, if they're down 3-0, they're gonna lose regardless of how many they come back and win. But if with him playing at this capacity and they're still getting that sort of production out of him, that does show how dope of a player that he is. That at 50%, them boys still can almost beat the Knicks, because they're at pretty much full strength outside of having what's his face.
Let me tell you the issue. Their issue is that they won't be able to count on Tobias Harris to relieve him of those 15 points that he's missing. Because here's the thing. So Joel Embiid, he was, before he got injured, he was leading the league in scoring. He was about 30 something a game, right? Yeah. And so here it is in the playoffs. He's giving you about 20 something, that low 20s, right? And let's just say that Tobias Harris, he typically gives you 18 points a game, standard 17 maybe. I think that what's going to happen is that Tobias Harris is the only other capable person to me on their team besides Tyrese Maxey, who's going to give you what he's going to give you, right? But no, Tobias,
I will disagree there. Okay. Tobias Harris, we have been waiting for Tobias Harris to do something since he been there, and he ain't.
And that's the reason why. Listen, and that's why. I'm glad you said that.
I know that, but you're saying that he's the only one that can give them the points, and I said I disagree.
He's who? This is my thing about it. Tobias Harris is the guy who I think they would have to say, all right, you're clocking enough minutes to where you're the guy who needs to give us 10 more points per game to replace what Joel Embiid do. So to me, Tobias Harris has to average 28.
See, who they need to be depending on, they need Kelly Oubre to step up, and they need Buddy Hield to because Buddy Hield is one of those people that can produce the points.
He can.
So my thing is that they need to give more minutes to them instead of Tobias Harris, because until you said his name, I forgot he was even playing, bro.
Because and I don't think he's missed very few games. He played.
I know, but he has spurts.
But that's my thing though, right? So to me, then if that's the case, see the reason why he plays, because technically speaking, right? I mean, he's about 6'8", right? And so he guards power forwards. He guards and small forwards, so he can guard a lot of people. But my thing is that right now, what you're missing from them the most is offense, and so I don't know who you play more or less of, right? I don't know why, but Buddy Hield is relegated to being catch and shoot at this point, though.
I know that, and that's the problem, because if you honestly think about it, he is a younger Tobias Harris. Like, he can get his shot, he can shoot the three, and it's almost like Maxey has moved in. Since Maxey moved to the two, they need, like, he needs to be doing what Maxey used to do when James Harden was there. Buddy Hield does, because he's capable of doing it. Like, that's, I mean, why do you think LA wanted him for so long? Because they knew he would be able to shoot. So my thing is that you, to stretch the floor like that, if you put him on out there, he need to be like, because Tobias Harris he is not consistent enough.
I agree with you. To me personally, I just wonder, what do you have to lose? And maybe I'm just missing something, but I wonder, what do you have to lose by having Tobias Harris come off the bench versus Buddy Hield coming off the bench? Because, like I said, if you they just don't have enough score. And listen, the Knicks are the team, though, that you can get away with that on, because the Knicks doesn't score a lot of points, right? I think that they may have been the lowest scoring team, but they were the highest defensive rated team. Here's one thing I think is funny. So did you see that the players had their Players Tribune vote, and they voted Tibbs as the coach that they would least likely want to play for, and it's the third time that he's won that award, not the award, but that distinction. Third time, and it's been back-to-back years, where all the players voted and said that he's the player that they would least likely want to play with, though, bro. I think that that's crazy. And what's wild about it is that Eric Spoelstra was listed as the coach that everybody would want to play for.
That makes sense.
That's what I think is crazy, though. He coached him, right?
Yeah. He coached.
But I don't know, man. I think that I don't know. If anything, though, bro, the Knicks are the team to do it. I just think that I could easily see them now winning the next two games. I just don't think that they've done long term. I never picked either one of them, but I don't know. Now, the flip side of that, the Lakers are done, bro. Do we agree that the Lakers are done?
Yeah, because here's why I say they're done. You already got the stigma that Denver has beaten them 10 straight times, right?
10 straight times.
And then they dogged, I'm talking about dog walked D'Lo after game one. You know what I'm saying? As far as like him not producing enough, this, that, and the other, they bringing back up the trade talks and why did they hold on? Like everything, everything. D'Lo comes out and gives you one of his best games.
He was firing away.
He had like seven threes or so, somewhere along in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm disappointed with my boy Austin Reeves. He's very timid. Like, he is like, I don't know where his confidence is shaken from or why, but and then what's my boy name? Only gave you 3 points. Hakamura, whatever his name is.
I don't get this. This is what's funny to me, though, bro. Outside of his size, I don't see that he consistently gives you it. To me, right? He's the guy that I would say, if I'm going to put together trade pieces, like, he's one that I would give up. Like, when they be talking about getting rid of D'Angelo Russell, to me, like, I get that he can occasionally give you shooting. He's not any more consistent than Tobias Harris, bro. Like I'll either see him do something good or I'll forget that he's even out there, though, bro.
Yeah, I'm just saying, LeBron and AD played well for the most part. D'Lo played well, and they gave their best effort. Like, how much better can the Lakers play?
Let me stop you. I'm gonna tell you where. I'm gonna tell you the problem. The problem, right, is here. Here's where it is. I think that the problem was AD, and it's gonna sound crazy given the numbers that he had, but AD went almost the entire fourth quarter without scoring a bucket, bro. Like, he seldom. And when they went up by 20, AD said, "All right, we gone to the crib, man. We got us, we stole us one."
No,
and I think that
what happened. They put Aaron Gordon on him, and that's when his production stopped.
But no. I don't think that he even took that many shot attempts. I'm saying like he fell back altogether. Now listen, don't get me wrong. I do like the idea of Aaron Gordon guarding him because listen, I'm a big fan of Aaron Gordon, and I honestly believe that he can guard AD straight up. Now, if AD scores 26 on him, 28, I think that the Nuggets would take him scoring 26, 28 on him, though, bro. As long as that means that Joker doesn't have to guard him and Joker can stay out of foul trouble. But I think that this is where I be telling people about when I say that all assists aren't created equally, when I tell people about the old James Harden, and when I tell people about Luka, right? It's because here's what I think is crazy. When I look at like the Joker, and because the Joker, he had Anthony Davis guarding him, and every assist that he did was a playmaking assist. It was like an assist where I'm not necessarily looking for my shot. I'm being a playmaker. And I think that what happens to me though, bro, when I watch the Nuggets play, the beauty in that as a basketball fan is that also means that while you can score, it's equally as important for you to get your team involved. LeBron started doing that before, where LeBron didn't even take the first one of the first 6 shots that the Lakers had. He took like the last one, let them get going. Yeah. And I think that what's crazy to me about it is that I like that, to me, his assists are playmaking assists, though, bro. I think that one of the things that's going to be interesting to me to see, though, is I don't get me wrong. Even if the Lakers come back and they win the next 2 games, right? I just don't really know that the Lakers, personnel-wise, can do anything differently with the Nuggets. I think that the Nuggets roster is just that good, though, bro.
Yeah. And they haven't. And here's the thing. The Nuggets haven't been playing their best basketball.
No.
Jamal Murray struggled the whole game until towards the end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
LeBron and them stopped going away from that pick and roll that they started applying in the second half. And that's what caused them to stop slowing down production. And then, of course, everybody has been talking about the LeBron 3 at the end with like 13 seconds left in the game when, he should have
right.
run the clock out. You know what I'm saying? These boys are spent. But after that game, though, bro, like you literally took the air out of their cells. Because I mean, LeBron was talking about the foul on D'Angelo Russell that they reviewed and this, that, and the other, like all of the different things. And I will say, I agree with LeBron that we are not maximizing the officiating center the way we should, because they're like classically have said that Tony Brotherz has some sort of vendetta against the Oklahoma City Thunder every game. And I know people that were at the game. They was like, bro, we saw your post from the game and was like, oh my gosh. Like the first half, they was just like, it was like nobody was even out there because he has something against the Thunder. But I'm just saying, and just like how, they talk about Scott Foster and
Chris
CP3.
Paul, yeah.
So,
I think, but listen, I think here's my thing about it. If you're the Lakers, you were in position to where the referee should not have been an issue. So even if you say, that we can do better, how do you explain you taking your foot off the gas and the Nuggets never looked shook when they was down by 20?
I understand that though, bro. But here's my thing. At the end of the day, though, it's still a playoff game. All these games mean something. When it gets to the playoffs, just like how they change how they officiate, there should be more. They should be as much as possible a reviewing process to make sure that they get it right. I understand.
I don't disagree with that. Yeah, I don't disagree with that whatsoever. But take the officials out of it. Do your part, and they become a non-factor.
No. I understand that. I'm not taking the blame off of them, like saying, "Oh no, the referees is what caused them to lose." Yeah. But I am saying, even though we know it's the playoffs, we know that a 20-point lead in the NBA is not a factor, right?
So with that being the case, though, right? And if you know that this team has beaten you 10 straight times now, right? My thing is that if you up by 20, the goal should be, well, let me 30-piece them, right? When you get about 30, maybe 35-piece them. But I'm talking about the Lakers. Just they took their feet off the pedal all the way, though, bro.
But what I'm saying is, we know that you're first playing the defending champions. We know that in any NBA game that a 20-point lead is not safe, right?
So, I'm blaming it on AD, bro.
You can, and I'm not
blaming it on AD, bro.
We talking about two separate things, though. I'm not taking the blame off the Lakers for losing. I'm just saying we got to do a better job in these playoff games of officiating, because the thing is that at the same time that the Lakers should not have lost the lead, there still has to be a better eye on the decisions and calls that's being made, and a communication with the replay center. That's what I'm saying.
Let me ask you this, and you know where do you know me and when it comes to my list, how does this impact LeBron's all-time legacy? Is it no factor on it?
No, this is like this is the equivalent of Michael Jordan with the Wizards.
No,
Nobody,
no.
bro. This does not. So you're trying to tell me you're telling me that that Jordan playing with the Wizard affected him winning them back-to-back rings, them 6 rings. That's what you tell me.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, so what I'm saying is this game does not affect everything else LeBron has done.
What I'm saying by that, I am not one of the people who try to act like I didn't see Jordan playing for the Wizards, right? It happened. Like, those numbers count. He made the All-Star game, so that's on Jordan's resume. So the reason why I say that it does impact somewhat on LeBron's is because I think the thing that one of the biggest things that I see about the cases that I made for LeBron is him being so great for so long. To the very last dribble, he was great. He was always up. And so, yeah, he's gone up. You know what I'm saying? But I think that getting swept, it's gonna be one of them things where people gonna be like, well, Jordan would have never, even though Jordan got swept several times. I think that I can't give LeBron all the props for being this great at 38, 39, and then their team collapsed, and then me not count that against them. That's all I'm saying. But don't get me, the Jordan playing for the Wizards counts.
All I'm saying is that don't erase nothing that he's done. He made a mistake, yes, and him being one of the greatest basketball players of all time, you expect him not to make those mistakes, because we laud him for his basketball IQ. So the fact that happens, he's still human. And
I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying that the same way him winning could have enhanced his resume, I think that it has to hurt depending on how. But listen, it also, to me, furthers the conversation that when I see AD talking about he ain't gonna never get Defensive Player of the Year, and how I thought that it was a reach that he was in the top 75 players of all time. Like, boy, if you don't go somewhere though, man, like AD, listen, and I'm not surprised, because AD will find some way to disappoint you, even if he's your favorite player, right? It just, like, it didn't surprise me whatsoever though, bro. It didn't. Like, LeBron James will roll out of bed and give you 28 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. That's just a walking LeBron James stat. But I think in the end, it goes back to, well, what's the impact of those numbers though, bro? And I don't know. Maybe they got the luck of the draw being matched up with the Nuggets though.
We ain't got to get into every single playoff matchup, but I do want to ask you about the Clippers and Dallas. What you think?
If the Clippers beat Dallas again, now they right now they're playing them at Dallas, right?
No, they're playing them in LA.
They're playing at LA. Okay. If they win again, and listen, everybody who goes up 2-0 this season, winning. Now, let me tell you this. Oddly enough, you know the team that makes me the most nervous about them going up 2-0 and me saying for sure they're gonna win?
Who?
OKC, bro.
Boy, stop. Listen, bro. Listen, now I was the first one to say, and people, you can quote me, find it, whatever. I said the 3 teams I didn't want Oklahoma City to play was the Lakers, Houston, and New Orleans. They match up well against us. With that being said, though, Shaq did say something that was pretty dope. He said, listen, this was Oklahoma City's worst game, and they still won. Facts. I doubt that we're going to play like that every single time. I feel like Giddey was trash.
Giddey was trash, bro.
Listen.
He looked LA Fitness hooper style, bro.
Listen, my boy David Williams, David Walker, he's a DJ out here. He gonna be the one DJing at me and Chris's event. And he was telling me all Sunday, like Sunday, he just would not shut up. Giddy trash, Giddy trash, Giddy does this, Giddy does that. I said, bro, I'm gonna text you during the game because I'm telling you, Giddy had a different year because of the personal stuff. And he was like, nah, I ain't trying to hear that. Da, 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 da. So we going back and forth. And sure enough, everything he said Giddy did, he did at this game. So I
He
had to
was
text him.
trash.
Yeah, he
Listen,
was.
Giddy
Yeah,
was so trash that at one point they had Valanciunas guarding him and was just daring him to shoot it. Just go ahead if you got that dough, bro. You know what I don't like that Giddy does, and I hate this that any player does this. I
what's
hate
that?
players who go to the hole and they jump in the air to pass it. That
And have
drives
nowhere to go
me.
with it.
It
Yeah,
drives me insane, though, bro. It's such a basic thing. Like no, I was like, bro, like he was almost like unplayable because he didn't give you
no,
nothing.
he was unplayable. They
Yeah,
took him out.
yeah, he didn't.
They gave Case and Wallace his minutes,
Yeah,
which
and
was a
listen,
good thing.
it wasn't like he was hurting. He just did nothing to help.
He didn't. And but that's the thing though. This is the plus about the Thunder, and it's something Chuck actually commented on too. Most teams run about 8 people in the playoffs. The Thunder, the way we play, we still can use 10 to 12 people because of how our rotations work. And so every game, we might have a different rotation outside of the big three for
It
us.
makes I'm gonna tell you, it makes me nervous that the big inside, right? The big inside is what makes me nervous. It's not
So
that I'm expecting. It's not that I'm expecting Valanciunas to give us to give them 30 points on it. He ain't gonna hit Chet over here for 30. But the part that makes me nervous is the keeping the ball alive, the offensive rebounds. That he had 7 like in the first
yeah,
half.
but Charles, this is the thing though. This is a weakness that the Thunder knew that they had from day one. So it's not
That's
like
true.
we have not played that way. So my thing is we know that that is a weakness, so we have a counter for that. And so my thing is, I don't think the second game is going to be that close. I do believe the Thunder are going to win, and it's going to renew the confidence for folks because they, for some reason, we get all kind of hate that the Thunder is this number one seed that shouldn't be there.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I was glad to see my boy Lou Dort.
Yeah, Lou Dort was getting busy. My boy J
Lou
Dub
Dort was
was.
giving and Jay. Listen, I laughed because when I saw this is what's funny. So I look at the boy J Dub, and he's the player who I think that I play like. When I look at what he does, it's exactly how I typically would play. He doesn't shoot the most threes. He shoot a couple of them,
Yeah,
but for the most part, he tries to go to the hole, play good defense. Though, man, he's like the kind of player that he's. It's weird because he's like right now, as I'm trying to evolve as a hooper,
hmm,
it's more like how he plays, though, bro. Yeah.
yeah. J Dub is dope. Like such an underrated pick that Sam Presti and the team found
Mm-hmm.
because everybody's looking at him like, yo, what? I mean, even don't get me wrong, Jay Will. It took him a minute to kind of like for it to process, but Jay Will stepped up too. Like Jay Will was shooting. He had some nice threes toward the end.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, pretty much the Thunder's picks. Even so Lou Ding, he played in the G League, and then of course the Oklahoma City's Blue won the G League uh finals, and he
Yeah.
was the finals MVP. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, these boys is
They got
like I said,
hoopers.
I really don't think that the second game is gonna be like that. I love the fact that Shea played like Shea. Like
Yeah.
he didn't look shook. Like it was like, no, it's just another game. And I'm wait like Chet had a bad game. I don't expect them to have those kinds of games like that.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this: the same way how the watch and the clock is on LeBron, KD, KD and the Suns. It's a very entertaining series. But listen, my boy Ant Man is not playing around, bro.
Yeah,
Just
he
and my
talking all
boy.
kind of disrespectful to KD, bro.
And listen, Ant Man's commercials for his shoes and the release of it, some of the best media you see though, bro. It is grade A though, bro.
See,
Yeah,
you got Ant-Man as the next face of the league
I
after this.
love Ant-Man, bro. I love and listen, and this is the thing about it. I think it could be Shay, but Shay still seems to be not as out there. Like he ain't so me like Ant-Man. Ant-Man is very much look at me.
But did you see Shay's commercial though?
Yeah, I did. I did see Shay's commercial.
Yeah.
But I'm saying though, Ant-Man to me has more charisma than Shay. Shay might just be a better leader to hit on his team, but yeah, man, like I like Ant-Man though, man.
Well, salute to Shay though. So there was speculation because of course his shoe deal comes to an end in September. He ended up signing a new deal. He signed a new deal with Converse, and he's also the creative director now for the basketball stuff for Converse. So I thought that was dope. And he gets his first official shoe because he has a shoe that he wears, you know what I'm saying? But now he's going to get his first official release in 2025. But yeah, he's the new creative director for basketball stuff when it comes to Converse. So I think that's pretty dope. That he got that type of deal. I'm really, really happy for him.
Yeah. I am. It's been pretty dope. It's been pretty entertaining so far. So I'm looking forward to tonight's games though, bro. But
yeah. I'm looking forward to tonight's games.
You go up 2-0. I don't think that these are the teams where you can come back from 2-0. So I think that the Lakers done, Philly done. Whoever goes down 2-0 done.
Yeah. Do you think Denver's going? I mean, not Denver. Do you think Dallas is going to pull it off on the Clippers? Does it matter if Kawhi plays or not?
It matters. It does matter. Yeah, it does. If Kawhi plays, I think it's going to be an easier win.
Okay, but I think even if Kawhi plays, I think it doesn't matter if Kawhi plays. I think who I think the X factor is James Harden.
Well,
this
listen,
is exactly why they brought him in.
I agree with you. So here's what I'm saying. I think if Kawhi plays, it makes it easier for them to win the series. I don't think that it would be easier for them to win the game. I think that Kawhi, because you think about that, if they're beating him without Kawhi, then having Kawhi has to help.
You would think, though, but that just means it depends on the type of shadow Harden goes into. Because see, like here's the thing: because PG was struggling early, right? Harden had the green light to do what he wanted to do.
Let me stop you right there. It's easy for Harden because there's no pressure on him right now to do that. No, he was playing with house money, and that's the reason why I think, listen, if you put him in that scenario, he'll give you 40 points every single time with no pressure on him whatsoever.
Right. But playoff P didn't get activated until the second half, though. So now that playoff P is activated, then we can do something because it is a thing, bro. Playoff P is a thing. I know about the commercial where everybody else saying the playoff Shay and the playoff Jason and the playoff Joker ain't there, but playoff P is a thing, bro. And they're gonna put some respect on my boy's name because he was activated in the second half of that game. You better put some respect on playoff P's name.
Let's get to these Star Wars, bro.